All right, you're good.
Alrighty, we're gonna call this special call board meeting to order Thursday, May 25th at 5:58 p.m. Let's get us a roll call, please.
Doug,
Present.
Daryl, been late.
Working on it.
Brandon,
Here.
Daniel,
Here.
Mike,
Here.
George. Thanks.
Alrighty, guys. Only thing really on the agenda, we got two things on the agenda. We have an executive session for personnel and staffing. Mainly, we need to name an interim fire chief as we have received 2 weeks' notice from from our current chief. We need to go into executive session to discuss offers and who we're going to use, and who we want to offer the position to, that sort of thing. Put together what we want to come up with, and then vote on that. And of course, we have to look at putting together a special called meeting, members meeting. Needs to happen relatively quickly from some conversations with our attorney. Namely, the articles of incorporation are wildly out of date and are in conflict with federal and state guidelines. So we need to update those. We need to, and all kinds of stuff's missing on that. Like, for instance, the address of the fire district is not in the articles. So therefore we have issues with grants and applications and all kinds of other things because they can't prove who we are. So they have to be updated and changed.
It also has ink
Yeah, it has
on our
ink
title,
on
which
it.
is not supposed to be there. And
Then there's a few defunct organizations that were never closed out properly, and we're literally a successor organization, but because they still exist, they're just a bunch of stuff has to be corrected on those. Short list here. We have to add the principal address to the articles of incorporation. It's needed not only because it's the correct format, but it also helps us prove our identity.
Can I have that when you're done?
We need to remove ink from the district code because the Secretary of State and our attorney both say this is there's opinions going back to 1989 that this should have been not the case. We need to align the voting requirements in the articles and bylaws with state code because we are currently out of compliance with state laws. We need to adjust the we need to either remove or adjust the chief description in the bylaws for a lot of reasons. One, they don't necessarily need to be there. That's not everything, but basically what we're going to do is we're going to get a list of days that the attorney will be available to be there in person so she can go over all this in a much more informed and intelligent fashion. And we will need to put together a special called members meeting because it has to be voted on by the membership, not just the board. So let's all be thinking about that. Just as a reminder, the requirements are that we have to give 30 days full notice that the membership meeting will be happening. And we'll move forward from there. Any input or questions on that?
nope.
We need to have a motion on that.
No, since we don't have the days from the attorney yet, we can't really pick a date. So this is going to be
Do we
informative.
have to include the date in the motion, or could we just say
Leave the date out.
No, we,
approve the meeting at a date to be
Yeah.
specified later? Or
I guess we could, but we could just wait till we have a date.
Maybe we'll have it for the next meeting.
That's the hope is that we will have it before the next meeting, or if we get it tomorrow, maybe we'll call another special call meeting to do it. But either way, we're going to eventually have to have a motion that has the date in it anyway.
okay.
So, any other questions or concerns regarding articles? All right, I believe everybody has emails from Catherine that are a little bit more in depth on some of this stuff. If you feel the need, you can get in touch with Catherine. She has been working with the attorney on this, and she has all the fun details. All right, so We need to move into executive session to, discuss the, interim chief position.
That was
Make a
one.
motion, go into executive session, discuss personnel issues.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Executive session begins at 6:03.